Hi everyone! Welcome to Artsonia's After School Art Club. Today, we have a fun art project from Mrs. Woodward, an art teacher from Florida. Hope you enjoy the video, and don't forget to have your artwork uploaded to your Artsonia gallery.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Woodward, and we're here today to make a work of art inspired by the sunflower. Sunflowers can be found in many different parts of the world, and we're going to create a printmaking project that focuses on the sunflower. We are going to use a foam stamp and a reduction process in order to get multiple layers of colors in our print. And then we'll go over it with a Sharpie to kind of add a little bit of extra detail to it. So let's find out what materials we're going to need for today's lesson, and then let's get started. For today's lesson, we are going to need the following materials: a 6x6 inch piece of paper, any color, a 6x6 inch foam, plastic cup, pencil, Sharpie, eraser, printing ink or tempera paints, a brayer, a baren, and a tray. Once you have gathered your materials, start with your piece of foam, your cup, and a pencil. Make sure it's not too pointy. You want to make sure that pencil is just a little bit sharpened. That way it doesn't poke too far through the foam. It'll be easier to carve the sunflower into the foam if your pencil is not super pointy. Trace the cup and press firmly into the foam. We are carving the line nice and deep for the circle center of the sunflower. Now, around the outside edges, I'm going to draw the flower petals. One at a time, press the flower petals into the foam. I can even add a second layer of overlapping petals in between the other petals. I am now going to take my foam stamp, make sure the lines are carved deep enough before you start printing, and I'm going to stamp my foam picture onto different pieces of paper. So I'm going to take my brayer. If you don't have a brayer, you can use a paintbrush, and you can use tempera paint to apply the paint or ink to the stamp. Roll it across the foam, and then you're going to take your stamp and press it down into the center of the paper. I put a mark on the back for which side is the top, so that way I know I have it turned the right direction when I stamp it. And I'm going to use the baren to press it. If you don't have a baren, you can just use your fingers. The baren just helps you get a nice even press and to make sure your fingers don't get too messy. We are going to repeat this process on several different pieces of paper. You want to do a couple different prints, so that way if one doesn't turn out exactly the way you want it to, maybe we can do it a second or third time to see if we can get it to turn out. Yeah, that one slid around a little bit on me, so I'm definitely going to try it one more time to see if it can turn out a little bit better. So keep on hand a couple different pieces of paper, ink it, stamp it, peel it. Do 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 different pieces until you like one that you would like to use. And yeah, I'm definitely going to choose this blue one. The lines turned out a little bit better on this blue picture. Now I'm going to take my foam stamp. Once it's dry and cleaned off, I'm going to wash it, and I'm going to carve lines onto the foam a second time. This is called reduction printing. I'm going back and I am carving more lines into the foam so I can stamp it a second time with a different color, and this time these lines will show up. What will happen is the color from the first print will show through these lines. So it'll look really cool. It looks like it has different layers to the picture and different layers of color. Take your time, make sure you're pressing the pencil firmly onto the sunflower. You can add other designs in the background, maybe some diagonal lines. You could do spirals or crisscross lines, whatever kind of line pattern you might choose to make. I'm also going to use my pencil to press little polka dots into the center of my sunflower for where the seeds are. And that's looking pretty good. I'm going to check my work, make sure I didn't miss a spot. and I'm ready to stamp my foam a second time. I'm going to get a different color of ink or tempera paint, and I'm going to apply it to the foam stamp. If you don't have the brayer, you can use a paintbrush. Another fun tool to use is just a sponge. A sponge, like a kitchen sponge, might do a good job of getting that ink onto your foam if you don't have access to something that rolls. So I'm going to take my paper, and even though this was the mess up one, I'm going to stamp it again anyways, because maybe the second stamp might make it turn out a little bit better. Let's find out. So again, I'm going to make sure the top is facing up, and I'm going to press it down with the Baron, or just with my fingers. Try not to let it move around on you too much. That looks pretty good. Even though the color underneath got messed up, the color on top definitely looks a little bit better. And I'm going to do this again with the other papers that I have stamped. Do this with all of the papers, and then when you're all done, you can set them all side by side and decide which one you think is the best. So every time you stamp, you need to re-ink the foam, press it down, and try to stamp it in the exact same spot. So that way they're overlapping each other. That's looking good. So I'm going to keep doing this for all my different pieces that I made, and I'm going to set them to the side so they can dry. The next step is to decide which one I want to use as my final copy. And on that one, I'm going to get a Sharpie marker, and I'm going to outline the shape of the stamp. That's just the square shape. And then I'm going to selectively choose where to add those black contour lines. I may choose to put them around the sunflower or the petals. Maybe I could do some of the patterns that I added the second time I printed. It is up to you which lines you decide you want to trace. This just helps to clean up the print a little bit, helps to redefine those shapes by tracing their contour lines and making them stand out, giving it more contrast and a little bit more clarity. Take your time, don't miss any spots, double check your work. Again, you have to wait till the paper is dry before you can do this part of the process. Once you are done, you can also decorate a frame around your sunflower. It's really fun to take some time and decorate some patterns around the outside to create a really fun and fancy frame. Once you are done, make sure you take the time to clean up your materials, put all your stuff away, and you can celebrate your art by sharing it with your friends and your family, show it to your art teacher, and maybe even post it on Artsonia. So thanks for watching today, and enjoy making a sunflower print.